Namaste, welcome. Today we're going to go through a 45-minute Hatha flow class. Coming into a comfortable cross-legged position, roll out the flesh from your butt cheeks, sitting on your sitting bones, grounding yourself, taking a few moments in this position to disconnect from your day, let go, and bring your awareness within yourself, within your body, to the present moment, right here, right now. Bring your hands to heart center in a prayer position. Lightly press your palms together. Allow your thumb to rest in your sternum. Sitting straight up from your sitting bones through the top of your head. And bring your awareness to your breath. Aware of each breath in and each breath back out. In and out through your nose. With a single Om. So wherever you are in your breath, exhale now. Inhale for Om. Slowly opening your eyes, releasing your hands down. Inhaling both arms up overhead, reach and extend through your fingertips, shoulders down. Exhale, folding forward, stretching out through your back, wherever you are in this pose, whether you're halfway up or all the way to the ground, feeling a stretch through your hips, low back, and breathing into that stretch. Expand on your inhalations, feel the stretch move, the breath move into your hips and low back. On your exhales, release, sink deeper, letting go. Inhale, raising back up, arms overhead, reach and extend, shoulders down. Exhale, lowering your hands down, switching your legs around, opposite leg comes in front. Inhale, both arms up overhead, reach and extend through your fingertips, shoulders down and compact. Exhale, reaching forward as you start to fold down towards the ground. Extend through the top of your head the whole way down. Keep your chest open. Inhale, slightly lift and open through your chest wherever you are. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, with that length, fold a little bit further in. Walking your hands a bit further forward. Breathing into the stretch. You may find a different stretch on this side compared to your other side. Maybe you're feeling it more in one hip compared to the other. Breathe into that stretch, breathe into the sensation. Awareness on each breath in and each breath out. Keep that awareness within your body, centered in this moment. Sensations in your body, awareness of breath, the foundations of your yoga practice. And inhale, both arms up overhead, reach and extend. Exhale, folding to your left, taking your hand down, reaching your fingertips, extending as much as you can through your right side body. If you're more flexible and open through your side body, lowering your left elbow to the ground. Feel expansion and length through the right side body. Breathe extra into that area of your body. Breathe into your right side of your lungs. Find a little bit more length by actively reaching with your fingertips, keeping your shoulder in place, but extending through the fingertips towards the wall to your left side. One last breath here. Inhale, raise back up to center, both arms overhead. Exhale to your right side, taking if you can, taking your right elbow down to the ground. Otherwise, just on your hand. Finding that nice stretch through your left side body. Once again, you may feel a different amount of stretch from one side to the other. For me, I can barely get my elbow down. On this side, I feel way more stretch through my left obliques. So breathe into that stretch wherever you are. And if you're finding you're way less open on one side compared to the other, then in your own practice, take some time to hold that side a little bit longer every time. And over time, you'll work out that imbalance. One last breath here. Inhale, back up to center. Reach and extend through fingertips. Exhale, bring your hands back down to heart center. And have a moment of gratitude. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today, for the self-love you're showing. And now rolling forward onto all fours into a tabletop position. Hands underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, start to drop your belly down to the floor, arching through your spine as much as you can, looking up at the very end. Exhale, begin to round, starting at your tailbone, moving through your spine like a wave, until finally you tuck your chin at the very end. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. One more time as you inhale, arch down. Feel a stretch to the front side of your body, gazing up. As you exhale, rounding up. Then spread your knees to the outside edge of your mat. Take your big toes together. Exhale, press your hips towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. Extend through your fingertips, reach. And active through your arms, straighten your elbow. Keep the eyes of your elbow facing each other. Equal pressure into your hands and externally rotate through your upper arm. Create more space between your neck and your shoulders. And with this pressure and strength in your arms, use it to slightly push your hips a little further down towards your heels. Feel length through your spine, a little bit of extension forward with your head and back with your hips. If you're less open, you can use a block underneath your head at any height, whether it's flat or up on either side. Couple more breaths here. This is your warm-up for downward facing dog. So imagine your arms are in downward facing dog right now. Keep them strong and active. As you inhale, lift up onto your knees. Exhale, keeping the same hands, same arms as in Adho Mukha Virasana. Push up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bring your awareness into your hands, arms. Send the energy from your hands and arms up into your hips. Reach your hips up and back. If you need to, walk your heels down to the ground a few times, alternating. Feeling the stretch through the calves and the backs of your legs. And then come into your static downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, take your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to the center of your chest. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to your opposite elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to your right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to your chin or towards your chin. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to your opposite elbow. This time, straighten out your leg. Take your foot down to the floor. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Come onto the inside edge of your left foot and open into fallen triangle. Keeping your right hand directly underneath your shoulder. Keep your hips pressing up. Exhale, pressing your left hand down to the ground. Inhale, raising your right leg all the way back up. This time, bending your knee. Open up your hip towards the side. As if you're trying to flip all the way over. Find a nice stretch to the front of your quad and your hip. Exhale, lowering your right foot back down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhaling back up. Exhale, left knee to the center of your chest towards your chin. Inhaling back up. Exhale to your opposite elbow to your right elbow. Inhale, left leg back up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee to the center of your chest towards your chin. Inhale up. Exhale to your opposite elbow, straightening your leg, taking your left foot down. Inhale, right arm comes up. Come onto the inside edge of your right foot and open up in the fallen triangle. Exhale, right hand back down. Inhale, left leg sweeps all the way back up. Opening up your hip once more, bend your knee. Exhale, lowering your left foot back down. Lowering both your knees to the ground, sitting your hips back to your heels. Take your arms beside your body, palms facing up, lowering your head to the ground into Malasana. 5 breaths here. Feel your chest and your whole body slightly rise up with your inhalation. On your exhalation, feel yourself sinking down into the mat, releasing, surrendering. 4 more full breaths like this. Allow relaxation through your body in this pose. Let your tension in your hands, arms, neck, and shoulders go. 2 more full breaths in Malasana, child's pose. Then walking your hands back out in front of you. Extend through your arms, active through your arms. Inhale, raise up to your knees. Exhale, return to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, stepping your right foot softly forward, lower your left knee. Inhale, up into low lunge. Exhale, bending towards your right, taking your left arm over your right arm down to your side. Holding for a few breaths. Inhaling back up. Exhale, taking your hands down to your knee and round your spine. Try to canoe your spine as much as possible. You'll feel a deep stretch into the hip flexor area, psoas muscle. So pushing into your knee with both your hands and try to canoe your spine. Round it as much as you can. Push it away from you. Inhaling back up. Exhale, take both your hands down to the ground. Step your right leg back to meet your left, coming to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, softly step your left foot forward, lower your right knee. Inhale, raise up into low lunge. Shoulders relaxed, arms active, hand, elbow, and shoulder in one straight line if possible. Exhale, lowering your left hand to your side, reaching side bend towards your left. Inhaling back up to center. Exhale, bring both your hands down to your knee and canoe your spine. Press your back away from you, rounding through your spine, pressing into your knee. Feel a different kind of stretch moving into the hip, deep into the hip, starting to touch into the psoas a little bit. Inhale, both arms back up. Exhale, hands down to the ground, stepping your left leg back to meet your right, come into high plank. Strong and stable in this position. Squeeze through your front thighs, glutes, core, and upper back. Push slightly away from the mat. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Strong and stable in this position for one more breath. As you exhale, lower your knees, chest, and chin down to the ground. Leave your hips off the ground for now. This is Ashtanga Pranam, 8 points of contact. As you inhale, drop your hips, slide your chest forward, raise up. Just using your back muscles, lifting your hands slightly off the ground. Look in front of you at about a 45-degree angle. Taking 3 breaths here. See if you can lift just a little bit higher. Exhale, pressing into the ground, pushing your hips up and back, return into downward facing dog once more. Slowly walking your feet forward, coming towards the front of your mat, feet hip width apart, halfway lifted at first. If you need blocks, place them underneath your hands. Taking a slight knee bend at first. Bring your awareness to your feet, spread through your toes as much as you can, lift them up and place them back down, spread. Lift through the arch, keep the outside edge of your foot down on the ground, the inner edge of your heel, inner edge of your big toe. All four corners of your foot firmly grounded. And then lift through the backs of your legs and straighten your thighs using your quadriceps. So squeeze through your front thigh muscles, squeeze through your front thigh muscles and straighten your leg. Lift through the hamstrings towards the buttocks. Lower the calves down towards the heels. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, lift and lengthen through the top of your head. Exhale, fold forward with this length, reaching your head towards the ground, starting to pull your chest in towards your thighs. With every inhalation, lengthen a little bit more. Every exhalation, pull yourself a little bit deeper. Awareness of each breath in and each breath out. Think about your outer legs coming in towards your inner legs and inner legs towards your outer legs. So strong through the legs in this pose. As you inhale, with active legs, bring your arms up, overhead, and start to raise all the way up into Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead, standing with feet hip width apart. Exhale, lower your hands down to your sides, standing into Tadasana, bringing your awareness first to your feet. Lift your toes, spread your toes, place them back down, lift through the arch, roll your inner thighs towards the back of the room, inner rotation of your femur. Tuck your pelvis, pull the pubic bone up, tailbone down, flatten your low back, lift up through the crown of your head. Active arms, reach your fingertips towards the ground, squeeze your triceps, straighten your elbows. Tuck your chin slightly. You'll feel your whole body engaged in this pose if you're doing it right. At first, you want to use a lot of engagement. Feel everything squeezing strong. And then take it back, keep everything engaged, but take it down from 80% maybe to about 30. Slowly tuning it down a little bit, but still keep that same postural integrity as you decrease the amount of work you have to do to maintain it. One or two more breaths here. And we'll move through a flowing Sun Salutation now, bringing your hands to heart center, prayer position. Inhale, both arms up overhead, reach and extend towards the ceiling. Slight back bend, reach your chest up, hips stay where they are. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen and extend. Exhale, fold forward, step your right leg back, lower your knee. Inhale, raise up, low lunge. Joining your fingers, palms together, gaze up. Holding here for a breath, feel length and extension through your hip. Exhale, folding forward, taking your hands down, stepping your left leg back, high plank, strong and stable here. Exhale, lower down, Ashtanga Pranam, knees, chest, and chin on the ground. Inhale, sliding forward, lower your hips, raise up your chest into Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Exhale, pressing your hands in, push your hips up and back. Returning to downward facing dog. Hold for 3 breaths, checking in. Are you pressing equally into your hand, particularly the webbing between your first finger and your thumb? External, rotate your upper arm, lift your hips a bit higher. Inhale, raising your right leg up. Exhale, softly step your right foot forward, lower your left knee. Inhale, raise up, low lunge on the other side. Joining your hands together, slight back bend. Feel a deeper stretch into your hip and breathe into it. Exhale, both hands forward, stepping your left leg forward to meet your right, folding forward. Inhale, active legs raising all the way up, arms overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, return your hands to heart center. and take a breath. Starting on the other side now, inhale, both arms up overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, step your left leg back. Inhale, raise up, low lunge. Hold for a breath. Exhale, both arms forward, step your right leg back, high plank, strong and stable as you inhale. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, sliding chest forward, raising up, Bhujangasana. Exhale, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Holding 3 breaths, checking in with each part of your body. What we've talked about earlier in the practice. Work on it on your own now, internalize the knowledge. Inhale, left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, stepping your left foot softly forward, lowering your right knee. Inhale, raising up into low lunge on the other side, joining your hands together. Increase the strength into your hip and breathe into it. Exhaling, both hands forward, stepping your right leg forward to meet your left, folding forward. Inhale, raising all the way up, arms overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, return your hands to heart center and take a few breaths. We'll move into Surya Namaskar now with a high lunge and a chaturanga instead. You're free to stay with the low lunge and the Bhujangasana if that's where you're at in your practice or that's what you're feeling like today. As you inhale, bring both arms up overhead, slight back bend, but don't let your hips move forward when you back bend. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from your hips. Inhale, raise halfway. Exhale, fold forward, step your right leg back, active through your back leg, squeeze your glute, upper hamstring, and raise up into your high lunge. Hold for a breath, breathing into that hip. Exhale, folding forward, stepping your left leg back, high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, hover over the ground, keep your elbows slightly away from your body. Inhale, raising up into upward facing dog. Straighten your arms onto the tops of the feet. Exhale, pressing up and back into downward facing dog. Holding for 3 more breaths. Spread your fingers, press into the inner webbing between your first finger and your thumb. Squeeze the upper arms, externally rotate. And lift the hips a bit higher, active through your front thigh muscles. Inhale, right leg raises up. Exhale, softly step your right foot forward. Inhale, raise up into high lunge on the other side. Actively engage through your left glute and upper hamstring muscle. Exhale, both hands forward. Step your left leg forward to meet your right, fold forward. Inhale, raise all the way up, arms overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, return your hands to heart center and take a few breaths. Inhale, arms overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, step your left leg back. Inhale, raise up, high lunge. Exhale, fold forward, step your right leg back, high plank. Inhale here, feeling strong and stable through your body. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, hover over the floor. Inhale, slide onto the tops of your feet, open through the front of your chest. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Holding, checking in, finding your fullest expression of this pose. Inhaling, left leg up. Exhale, softly step your left foot forward. Inhale into your high lunge on the other side. Exhale, both hands forward, stepping your right leg forward, meet your left, folding forward. Inhale, raising up, arms overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, return your hands to heart center. And take a few breaths here. From here, moving into Warrior Two pose. So wherever you are, make sure you're at the front of your mat now. And stepping your right leg back, about 1.5 leg distance. Your front heel lines up with the inner arch of your back leg. Keep your back foot lined up so the outside edge of your back foot is in line with the back of your mat. Work to open your back hip as much as you can to square while still keeping your front knee in line over your first toe and your big toe. For now, having a little bend in your front knee, not going deep into the pose, just aligning your hip first. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. And as you exhale, start to bend into your front knee by sinking down into your hips. Sink down into your hips. Allow your back hip to move in towards the bone. Lengthen through your spine. Keep a neutral spine. Tuck your tailbone. Lift your pubis. Straight line from your right fingertips through to your left. Start to turn your head. Gaze over your front middle finger. Always working in this pose to open the back hip, keep the front knee in alignment, strong and active through your back leg. It should be like cement. Press into the outside edge of your back foot. And as you exhale, lower your elbow down to your left elbow down to your knee. Inhale, sweeping your arm forward and up overhead. Lengthening through your whole side body. From your right heel all the way into your right fingertips. If you're more open in this pose, you can take your left hand down to the outside of your left foot. Inhale, raising back up. Exhale, releasing, stepping your right foot forward, back to the front of your mat. Switching sides, coming to your left side now. Stepping your left foot back about 1.5 leg distance. Open up your back foot so it's in line with the back edge of your mat. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, start to sink into this pose. Remember to keep your back hip open, your front knee in line over your first toe and your big toe. Chest, rib cage stays down. Don't let your rib cage flare up. Neutral spine. Straight line from left fingertips through to your right. In this pose, we can lean too far into the future or be too far back into the past. We want to be centered, shoulders directly over your hips, right here in the present moment. Fight for this position. Think about the strength you need in your back leg. Open up that back hip, keep your front knee in alignment. Posture in check. Keep the ego in check. Don't let your rib cage flare up, chest open up too much. And as you exhale, start to lower down your right elbow down to your right knee. Inhale, sweep your left hand out in front of you and all the way up overhead into this lengthened position from your left finger tip all the way into your foot. Now we want to keep the right side body open in this position. We don't want to crunch into the right side body. So make sure your right side body stays open if you try to move further down with your right hand on the ground. Inhale, raising slowly back up. Exhale, release. Stepping your left leg forward to meet your right. Coming to the front of your mat. And shake it out a little bit. From here, moving into some seated postures. Taking a nice wide stance with your feet slightly open. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sitting down into Malasana Yogi squat. Take a few breaths here. Allow yourself to start to calm down a little bit after these Sun Salutations and Warrior 2 pose, Shabasana 2. And then slowly lower down to sitting position. Take the soles of your feet together. Press the soles of your feet slightly together into Tadasana. So the further in your heels are towards your groin, the more difficult this pose will become. Work to lengthen out from your inner thighs out towards your knees. The pressure moving of your feet together allows you to have a little bit more increased length through the inner thigh muscles. So think about pressing in, particularly the outer edge of your foot, outer edges of your feet together. You can stay here if you'd like to move slightly deeper. As you exhale, start to round your back, and press your elbows into your inner thighs. With your elbows pressing into your inner thighs, round your back and take the top of your head towards the ground in front of your feet. Aware of each breath in and each breath out. We're going to start to do some longer holds. Inhale, raising back up. And slowly releasing, taking both legs forward, coming into Tadasana, seated forward fold. Be sure that you're not tucking under through your tailbone and sitting on your tailbone instead of on your sitting bones. If you are doing this, grab a block and raise yourself up so that you enable yourself to be able to sit down directly on your sitting bones with your spine in a neutral position. In Paschimottanasana, active legs, press the front thighs into the ground, press the legs into the ground, roll the inner thighs down towards the ground, pull your toes slightly towards you as if your feet are flat on the ground. Inhale, bring both arms up overhead, reach and extend. Exhale, start to fold forward as far as you can. Reach, 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 reach. And wherever you are, taking your hands down. If you can grab onto your feet, great. If not, grab onto the floor or your legs. And start to slowly sink a little bit further into the pose, bringing your belly towards your thighs, your chest towards your knees. If you are grabbing onto your feet, great. Let your elbows move out to your sides. Push your wrists and elbows forward by using your hands against your foot as leverage. 5 more full breaths here. Every inhalation is a chance to extend and lengthen through your spine a little. Every exhalation a chance to pull yourself a little bit deeper into the pose. Last inhalation and exhalation. And as you inhale, actively raising back up, arms overhead. Exhale, your hands down, back down to your hips, slightly behind you. So 2 options for this next pose, Purvatasana. If you're less open, you can bend your knees. If you're more open, keeping your legs straight. This is a reverse tabletop pose. As you inhale, raising up your hips off the ground, pointing your toes towards the ground if your legs are straight. Try to open through your chest as much as you can, and if it's comfortable for you, you can start to drop your head back. This is a nice counter pose after Paschimottanasana. Exhale, slowly lowering your hips back down, and taking the sole of your left foot into your right inner thigh. Moving into Shabasana, single leg forward fold. The further back your knee moves, the more difficult this pose becomes. For now, keep your knee slightly in front of your hip. Engage through your right leg, press your thigh into the ground, pull your toes slightly towards you, turn your chest towards your foot. Inhale, raising up, arms overhead. Exhale, keep as much length through your spine as you can as you fold as far forward as you can. Inhale, reach and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold a little bit further in. Shabasana, head to knee pose. Work to lengthen as much as you can through your spine. Every exhalation, a chance to move deeper. Where each breath in and each breath out. Bring your awareness to your left knee. Work to press your left knee into the ground. If you can't press your knee into the ground, the next time place a block or a pillow or bolster underneath your knee so that you can get this sensation of pressing the knee against something. Use that as leverage to increase the twist through your spine and to get rid of this scoliosis looking spine in this pose. Last breath here. Inhale, raising back up, arms overhead. Exhale, left hand back down behind you. Inhale, raise onto your right knee, open up through your hips. Swing your right arm up and over and open up through your chest. Hold for a few breaths in this beautiful counter pose. And exhale, slowly lowering back down with grace. Switching to the other side, right sole of your foot to the left inner thigh. Engage through your left leg, press the thigh into the ground, pull your toes towards you, press your right knee into the ground. Inhale, arms overhead. If your chest towards your foot, exhale and start to fold forward, chest towards your knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Find a bit more length in your spine. And as you exhale, sink into your final pose. Work with your left leg. Squeeze the thigh muscle and push your leg into the ground a little bit more force. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Move a bit further in. Awareness of each breath in and each breath out. Inhale, arms up overhead, lengthen. Exhale, right hand down beside you. Inhale, lifting up through your left arm. Open up through your hips. And open up your left arm all the way up over. Opening up through your chest into this beautiful counter pose. Exhale, slowly with grace, lowering back down. And coming down now and lying back. Pulling both your knees into your chest, hugging them in close. Inhale, lifting your head up off the ground, trying to touch your forehead to your knees. Curling into a ball, rolling slightly back and forth, side to side. Small circles one direction, small circles the other direction. Lowering your hands down to your side at shoulder height, palms facing down, taking your knees above your hips. As you exhale, lower both your knees towards the left. Keep your left shoulder pressed firmly into the ground. Use your right hand and shoulder and arm to press into the ground and keep that left shoulder down. Exhale, turn your head towards your left, increase the twist. If you want a slightly deeper twist, taking your right hand, place it on top of your knees and pressing in a little bit more. Awareness on each breath in and each breath out, winding down your practice now. Taking some time to calm down and sink into this final few poses. Inhale slowly back up to center. Exhale to your opposite side towards your left, keeping your right hand, shoulder, and arm pressed firmly into the ground. If you need a deeper stretch, use your left hand to press your knees into the ground. Exhale as you turn your gaze towards your right hand, pressing firmly into the ground with your right arm, hand, and shoulder. Inhale slowly back to center, taking your knees to the side of your chest and pulling your knees down, opening up through your hips. If you're more open, straighten out through your knees slightly, point your soles towards the ceiling and grab onto the outside edge of your foot, moving into Happy Baby, Ananda Malasana. Keeping your spine in a neutral position as best as you can and pulling your knees down towards the ground. Breathe into this hip opener. Open up through the inner thighs, the backs of your legs, your buttocks. A few more breaths here. Exhale, slowly taking the soles of your feet together, lowering them down to the ground, letting your knees open up to the side. Supta Baddha Konasana. Our final pose before Shabasana, taking a few long, deep, relaxing breaths here, closing down your eyes. Really passive in this position, no tension in your body. Just allow gravity to naturally let your knees fall towards the ground, your hips open up. And use your breath here to breathe into the tension you feel in your inner thighs. In this pose in particular, you can use the breath to help open up and release some of the stored tension you have in this area. One side may be tighter than the other. Focus on that side, breathe into it. Allow energy moving in on the inhalation, tension, pain being released on the exhalation. And you're free to hold this pose as long as it feels right for you, but we will move into Shabasana, our final relaxation pose. If you're moving into Shabasana with me now, then straighten out your legs slowly. Separate your legs slightly apart, let your feet fall to the sides, palms slightly away from your body, facing up. Try to keep your head in a fairly neutral position. If your chin starts to tuck up and the front of your neck is really open, then take a slight lift underneath the back of your head with a pillow, or fold the mat up a few times to give yourself a little bit more neutral position through your head. Now it's time to relax. Let go of any tension in your body. Let go of the tension you're holding in your feet, the toes, the soles of your feet. Let go of this tension and relax. Through your legs and knees and into your hips and buttocks, particularly the hips and buttocks. Let go, release any tension. Feel a relaxation spreading through your hips and buttocks, into your abdomen and stomach and internal organs. Completely relax into your low back, mid back and upper back, chest, shoulders, arms. Let go of any tension in your hands and fingers, your wrists. Completely relax through your whole arm and hand. Bring the awareness to the neck. Relax your neck. Let go. Surrender. Let the relaxation spread to your jaw. Really relax your jaw. Allow your mouth to open as your jaw relaxes, and this relaxation spreads through your face, cheeks and eyes, nose and mouth, forehead, temples, the scalp, all the way to the top of your head. Relax through your entire body now. Feel the points of contact you have with the ground, the back of your head, shoulders, arms, low back, hips, the backs of your legs. And let go, sink into these points of contact. Allow gravity to completely and fully have control over your body. This is surrender. This is present moment awareness. Let your body be completely relaxed. And bring some movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers, toes, moving your ankles and wrists in circles, your head side to side, reaching your arms overhead, stretch your entire body long to lengthen. Exhale, release, and sigh. Bending your knees, roll over onto your right side using your arm as a pillow. Take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, press yourself up to a seated position, a meditative posture of your choice to complete your practice. Sitting upright, eyes closed, spine erect and strong, body relaxed, mind clear. Feel the difference now, from the start of your practice till now. Can you carry this with you throughout your day, throughout your evening, wherever time of day you're in? Carry it with you. Awareness, the calm, peace, balanced energy. Finishing with an Om and 3 Shantis. A Shanti for peace within you, a peace to your neighbors, and peace to the whole world. Wherever you are in your breath, exhaling now. Inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rubbing your hands together, create some warmth in your hands. And taking your hands over your closed eyes, filling your eyes with this warmth, your face, slowly opening your eyes behind your hands and removing your hands away. Give your face a little massage on the way down. Thank you. Namaste.